Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Podcast. I'm Alex, and as always, I'm here with my amazing co-host, Sarah.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be back for episode 3. Today's topic is a good one, right, Alex?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to talk about something really important for English learners, common mistakes and how to avoid them. These are mistakes everyone makes, so don't worry. We've got some great tips to help you improve.
Yes, exactly. And remember, making mistakes is just part of the learning process. So don't feel bad if you've made some of these. We're here to help you learn from them and get better.
Let's start with our first common mistake, pronunciation. This can be tricky, especially for words that sound very similar. For example, words like ship and sheep. The only difference is one small sound, but they mean very different things.
Exactly. If you say, I'm on a ship instead of I'm on a sheep, people might get confused. It's important to listen carefully to the sounds and practice.
One tip is to slow down. When you speak too fast, it's easy to mix up words. So take your time, especially with words that sound similar.
Yes. Also, try listening to native speakers and repeating what they say. You can watch English videos or listen to podcasts and copy the way they say words.
Next, let's talk about grammar. A common mistake learners make is forgetting to use the correct tense. For example, saying I eat breakfast yesterday instead of I ate breakfast yesterday.
Oh yes, this happens a lot, but it's easy to fix. Remember that for things that happened in the past, you usually need to change the verb. So instead of saying eat, you say I ate.
One trick is to learn common past tense verbs like ate, went, and saw. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel to use the right tense.
And don't worry if you make mistakes. Native speakers also mess up grammar sometimes. The important thing is to keep practicing.
Another common mistake is getting the word order wrong. In English, the order of words in a sentence is really important. For example, in English we say, I want to go to the store, but some learners might say, I to the store want to go.
Yes, in English we usually follow a pattern: subject, verb, and then object. So the subject is I, the verb is want, and the object is the store.
One way to avoid this mistake is to practice saying simple sentences in the right order. Start with easy ones like I like pizza, and then try longer sentences like I like to eat pizza with my friends.
Right, and if you're not sure, don't be afraid to ask for help. It's better to ask and learn than to stay confused.
Now let's talk about using the wrong word. English has a lot of words that sound the same but mean different things. For example, there, and there. These words confuse a lot of learners.
Absolutely. There is for something that belongs to someone. Like, that's their book. There is for talking about a place, like over there. And there is short for they are.
One way to remember is to look at the sentence carefully. Ask yourself, am I talking about people, a place, or something that belongs to someone? It helps you choose the right word.
Yes, you can also write sentences with each word to practice. The more you see and use the words, the easier it will be to remember the difference.
The last mistake we're going to talk about today is translating directly from your native language. Sometimes the way you say something in your language might not be the same in English.
That's so true. For example, in some languages, you might say, I have 30 years to talk about your age. But in English, we say, I am 30 years old.
Yes, translating word for word can lead to sentences that sound a little strange in English. So try to learn phrases in English and not just translate everything.
Exactly. A good way to do this is to read and listen to English as much as you can. It will help you learn how English sentences are usually structured.
Okay, now it's time for a quick quiz. We're going to say some sentences and you tell us if they're correct or not.
Yes, here's the first one. She go to the park yesterday. Is that correct?
Nope. The correct sentence is, she went to the park yesterday. Remember, we use the past tense for things that happened before.
Great. Next one. I am 25 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Nice job, everyone.
Well, that's all we have for today's episode. We hope these tips help you avoid some common mistakes in English.
Well, that's all we have for today's episode. We hope these tips help you avoid some common mistakes in English.
Remember, everyone makes mistakes, so don't worry. The more you practice, the better you'll get. And if you keep learning from your mistakes, you'll improve much faster.
Exactly. Thanks so much for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and leave us a comment. Tell us what mistakes you've made and how you fixed them.
And join us next time for another great episode. We'll be talking about fun ways to build your English vocabulary. You don't want to miss it.
Until then, keep practicing and have fun with your English learning. See you next time.